Alright guys, I want to give you the rundown on my wiring here. So I have two power wires coming off my battery. This is Zero Gauge O.F.C wire, and then up here I have one 300 amp, and this is my 150 amp fuse, A.N.L fuses, and then I only have one run of the zero gauge wire going back, and this is my original power wire. This is the biggest stuff I think Walmart sells, is that Scosche wire. So let me show you something. When I cut off the fuse holder that came with the Scosche wire and added the A.N.L fuse, I saw a multiple decibel increase in power. So if you're running this crappy little Scosche fuse here, well, it was actually a bigger one than this, but this is my small one. Cut it out and buy some of these A.N.L fuses. Are freaking phenomenal. Huge increase in power. Run these bad boys. So what I'm gonna do, I bought another strand of wire here. We're gonna replace this red wire with the zero gauge. This is probably 4 gauge maybe? It says it's like 10 millimeter Scosche. I don't know. Got the big 3 upgrade, got the run to my alt, got my ground over here. Then I also there's a ground way down there. You have to get underneath the truck, running from the engine block to the frame of the same thick blue wire, zero gauge. So I got to run it across the back of the engine bay like that, running down here, and then it goes straight back. I actually run underneath the truck because like EXO said, with that much juice running in your car, you don't necessarily want that to catch on fire. I know it's kind of a precaution, but with these big trucks, I can run it right along the top of the frame and it works perfect. Just zip tie it, nothing's going to happen to it. I've been driving like that for months. I live in Minnesota. We're talking snow, rain, heat, it's fine. Then I have it coming up in the back here. Oh, of course, got the baby's car seat. This is just temporary. I just was testing the speaker out. So then I have there's a grommet right there. The wires are running through. And I have it coming up to my 2 AGMs. This is initially the first one I bought. This little ER battery. It was 40 bucks, guys. And it helped a little tiny bit, but not enough. You know, when my big sub hit, it would drain it almost instantly. Because I was running my original 3200 Zeus amp with the Rockville K212, so it's 1,000 watts, give or take, and it would drain that. So then I got this XS battery, and with these two combined, I can jam out, I don't know, for quite a while, and actually connect. So the 3 battery combo helps a lot, and I usually don't try not to drain it below halfway, just because. And then back here, I have 2 300 amp fuses going to my Smart 3 tar amp. Oops. Now this is just temporary. I got my 2 main leads coming off my tar amp, so I don't have to keep lifting the seat up every time I swap or test a sub. So I just have these wired like this. I got my 2 10s. I'm just experimenting with boxes. If I can get them behind the seat, because I want my truck total efficient. I want stealth, because with my big 12 in the back, it's kind of obvious I got a huge speaker back here. So I have 110. I was able to get it behind that seat. And then I have to make this box 1 inch smaller so I can get it behind this side. And then I'm gonna take my tar amp and move it right here in the center. Then we get another 10 and put it in the middle. So it's ugly, guys. I haven't painted them. This is still in the test stage. Nothing's finalized yet. So I got 1 sub back there. Then there's enough room here for maybe another 10, or I might get an 8. And then definitely enough room for another 10 over here. So I'm gonna relocate my Smart 3 tar amp to over here in the middle. Yeah. And what I was thinking too, you have 2 10s back here, then get that stupid truck box, you know, that goes underneath the seat. So I have 4 10s bumping. But with the truck, I have to use these kickers shallows, because these are the smallest subs, and the only ones that fit. It's just a smidge over 3 inches in depth, because there's about 4 inches of clearance behind this seat, and that's really about it. So there's not much room for my big subs. And also I scraped up my freaking door on the box because the box is so big and heavy. You know what I mean? So I want functionality because I have 3 kids, and riding with my son in the middle up here because I have my sub speaker box over here doesn't really work very well. There you go. That's the rundown of what I got cooking for today. Do a little rewiring. Not much. It's finally cool. It's like maybe 80 after a freaking week in the hundreds here in Minnesota. Ugh, just gross. All right. I will show you the update here in a minute. All right, here it is all updated, guys. Ran the second wire of Zero Gauge. Before I had that red Scosche. I'll show you where I put that. Be close up here of my battery terminals. Here I got the 6 posts. Got my Zero Gauge ground. Now this is the factory ground. You can see I grounded off really well. This goes all the way into the chassis, into the body. Ground there. And like I said, you can see it, but way right down there is the ground from the engine block to the chassis. A.N.L fuses, like I said, highly recommend these. Are freaking great. To the alternator that ran them across here. Down. Like I said yesterday, then they run up here. Got my 4 battery adapter here. This is just my I can't think, voltmeter. So I have it kind of just resting on there to give me a little idea what my batteries are at. Yeah, I got Zero Gauge for everything except for my amp for my door speakers, which I put the old Scosche wire to it. This is Zero Gauge here, this, and then I ran that from the battery underneath. Comes up right here. I have to take the seat out again to rerun it, but my little secret compartment down here, check it out. Boom. I have holes back here where I have, as you can see, I've been doing some work, so I have to pull the seat out and then run the wires back through the bottom to get them to my amp. Now this is just a little dual amp I got from Walmart. This thing freaking rocks. The guy online did a review of this. It's actually has higher RMS than what it's rated at. What's the guy's name? Not Willison Autos, not Willison Audio Labs. It's Budget Gem or Budget Bust, and this is definitely a Budget Gem. So it's 4-channel, but I got it bridged. Running 6 speakers. I think it puts out like 240. I can't remember his video. It was high, so not quite 1,000 watts, but like around 700. That's all I need for the door speakers. What else? Got my 0 gauge to 4 gauge adapter, but you can see this wire is a little too small. This is that Scosche wire again, because before I just had this even the smaller Scosche wire in here. Switched up to the bigger wire. I like to keep that in there so that I can just adjust the gains if I need to. If something doesn't sound quite right, you just kind of tweak it a little bit. And here's my little voltmeter. So right about 13 volts, 112 amps. So with this system, I noticed when I drop down to into the 11s, that's about halfway. So it's pretty much charged up now. Yeah. So I think it's like 13.5, 13.2 is full. Half is right around 11, and then empty is right around 10, which I've never let it drop below 11. And then I can throw my little battery charger on here. Come over here, hit charge, so you can see my batteries right about half. Wherever I like to keep them. I really like this charger, so it tells you how the percentage of your batteries. You know, just trickle charge them up for the next couple hours, and we'll be good to go. There you go, guys. Hope you liked a little rundown of my wiring, how I redid it. So I have 2 strands, 0 gauge, run to the back batteries. Then I have the smaller 4 gauge run to my 1,000 watt amp for the door speakers. And then I have the other 2 wires branching off going to my Taramps Smart 3K. And between the combo, those 3 batteries, my 2 AGMs and my main starting battery, it works pretty good. I have very minimal light dimmage, even with my larger sub, and then even if I'm running the two smaller subs. Very minimal light dimming. Guys, I like my setup. I think it's done pretty well. This is the first stereo system I've actually taken seriously and put in the work and the effort to have good wiring and make sure everything's good. I remember one of my first systems, I mean, I was running freaking like 18 gauge speaker wire to my amp for my power wire, and I fried a couple of them. It's ridiculous. Like, I didn't take anything seriously. I had the wires running through the door. I pinched a couple power wires and shorted them out and blew some fuses. That's like just jerry-rigging everything. Now that I'm older and a little bit wiser, I take my time. I got it set up the way I want nicely. You know, all my leads are clean, all my connections are clean, and it sounds freaking awesome, guys. I'm telling you, huge difference when you upgrade from the Scosche fuse to the AGM fuse. And you can get the 2-pack. I got on eBay, was $9.99. So you get two 300 amp AGM fuse holders, A.N.L. Yeah, guys, don't forget like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Go check out my other channel. I'm making stuff and breaking stuff with Al. If you like tools and product review videos and head-to-heads. All right, guys. Until next time. I have a lot of good videos coming up. I got the review of the American bass. I got review of the Rockville sub. I got review of the 3K. I have found Zeus amp. And I'm going to be ordering a couple other things here, so we'll get that in the mix. All right, guys.